Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome and thank you so very much for joining me. Today is week 3 of the Crafty Christmas Collab hosted by Beth from Bourbon Creek Crafts. Be sure and check out all of the collaborators. They're listed in the description box down below. And if you are just tuning in and finding out about week 3, go back and watch the videos before. There's all kinds of great stuff. I have a list of things I want to try from watching these videos. The idea for the videos was to pick one paper collection and stick with it for all 4 weeks. And we release a video each Sunday. The paper that I chose is Authentique, the Frosted Collection. I'm making cards. I'm not changing my project that much each week. I'm making cards for work. They need to be work appropriate. They need to be okay for coworkers. And when I make one, I don't necessarily have one specific person in mind. I just make a bunch of them and then go back and put them all in the envelopes. Typically, I make them in a giant batch, but I've gone a little crazy on these cards, so they're slower. There isn't a giant batch. So I'm going to zoom you in a little and show you what I did this week. I got out the snow marker again and played with it, but this time I was using it on a stamp. So this is an Art Impressions. This is an oldie but a goodie, 1996. This comes in a clear rubber version these days, so if you're in love with the stamp, you can find one online. Again, it's Art Impressions. I stamped it out with a good black, I think I used Gina K's Amalgam ink. Let it dry, colored it, came back and hit it with the snow marker, and then I took diamond stickles and a paintbrush and went all over it again, and then I fussy cut it. Now I used probably my oldest scissors and I stamped it on 110-pound cardstock, so it wasn't real easy to cut out, but I think it turned out okay. And my friend Noni that I talk about in all my videos loves to die cut, and she has all these snowflakes. So I had glued a bunch of these snowflakes down while we were talking, and I didn't know what I was going to use it for, but I decided it was going to be this snowman's background. And what I did was when I made the snowman, I put the snow marker and glitter across the bottom, and then I just fussy cut it straight, glued it on to the plaid cardstock, and then trimmed exactly where I wanted it to be. You could have also cut it on a paper cutter, but pretty much nothing was straight at that point. And then I just took Frosty Friends and added it right in. It's a little cut apart punch out thing from this paper collection. So I like this one. I think this is pretty fun. This is a lot. I mean, for me, this is a pretty busy card. Not much as far as sentiment, but a lot going on. Then last week I mentioned I wanted to try shakers this week, and I'm just tiptoeing into tulle shakers. These are tulle, right? Like decorating for weddings. It's really hard to show it when it's white. Here's some that's not white, so you get the idea. It is netting. It comes in a roll. You can get it at Dollar Tree. You can get it at Hobby Lobby, Michael's. Wherever you buy craft supplies, you should be able to find this. And it shouldn't be very expensive. So what I'm doing is, I think it was, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it was Natalie of NC Invites, and she had a bunch of shakers. They were all very pink. I mean, don't get me wrong, they were gorgeous, but there was a whole lot of pink for me. And she was using tulle. And one of the things I hate about shakers, I love shakers, but I hate the acetate and the layers, and so I just thought, okay, I'm going to try this out. So all I did was, remember like in middle school, did you ever make a pillow? I stitched, first I just took this white cardstock that I had stamped on and colored, same idea, and then I stitched the 3 sides, and then I turned it upside down like this, used a spoon. There's nothing, like, this is not a super expensive endeavor here. I used a spoon and I put sequins in it. And I will tell you, I put too many sequins. You'll see, it gets worse. So you really only need, like, I probably should have used this spoon. You should probably not use more than like a half a teaspoon, depending on how big you're sewing your shaker thing, right? This guy, he's okay. He can see out. I got another guy down here that looks like he's in an avalanche. But oh my gosh, I had so much fun. Then I go back to the sewing machine and I sew across the bottom. Then I just trim the whole thing. If you guys do this all the time and you have a bunch of expertise, I'll take it. Tell me now. And P of Whimsical Endeavors, thank you so much for telling me how to adjust the tension on my sewing machine. Much, much better. So yeah, I'm always looking for feedback. Then I just took a piece of like, you know, some kind of metal trim that I have hanging on the wall. And then I layered it on top of one of the cut-aparts from this collection. It was the smaller size. It said something that I wasn't going to use, so I just wanted that extra layer of texture. And then a burr cold and a piece of purple cardstock. This card has so much going on, I wasn't too worried about the layers and stuff. But there's that one. So 1, 2, here's another shaker. This one was the first shaker I made. It wasn't a tag at all. And I think I did okay on this one with the amount of shaker stuff. And again, I have snowflakes behind it and the plaid paper. And I think maybe the tags, making them as tags with this size stamp, it's probably too big. I kind of like this one without it. And then I put a perfect day down here. And then this last one, he's just big. Look. I mean, if I put him on a card, I'm going to have to cut off all his pretty ruffles. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this guy, but he's also the one, maybe I'll just tuck him in a journal or something. He's also the one that looks like he's trapped in an avalanche. This snowflake right here is way too big, and there's a couple of clear ones in there too. But honestly, if you look, the scarf on this guy, the color was way off for the paper collection, and he was my experiment. He was my first one, and I think overall, I'm happy with the shaker cards. And this guy I would use if he was smaller. Maybe I'll trim him down. I thought about taking this stuff off, and then I could just cut him down to a rectangle size. So let me know which one is your favorite. Do you like the snow marker? 1, 2, 3 out of the cards. And then I'd be happy to hear your ideas on what you think I should do with this guy. Should I cut him down? Should I? I don't know. And to give you an idea, for the stuff I put in them, it's all a little different. And I just took this Ziploc bag with some white snowflakes and stuff that I got from Noni. I added some blue. I threw in a little bit of this goodness that Kelly sent me in Happy Mail. Just whatever. It takes surprisingly little. So if you have one of these things from Tuesday morning that was $1.99, even just this plain clear one would have been plenty. And this is a lot of cards. Okay, so the amount that I have, right, 1.5 here. I think I've shared this one with some people. It's a lot of cards. As crafters, we overbuy, so be careful about that. You can make a lot of shaker cards with not a lot of shake, is what I learned here today. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks to Beth at Bourbon Creek Crafts. I hope that all of you are enjoying the collaboration and hopping around and watching the videos. I know that I am, and I'm happy to be included. Thanks. Bye-bye.